Good evening. Thank you for joining me. So my name's Danielle. We'll just wait until a couple more people jump on board. But for those that are here, if you just let me know who you are and where you're from, that would be wonderful. Things are getting busy this end of the year, definitely. For me, things are winding up. So there's not much left of the year to slot in appointments. Events have finished for the year. So I am already kind of looking at, well, next year's already planned. Simple as that. That was planned at the beginning of this year. So I need to look at how I'm going to rejig that and how I'm going to move forward in 2024. How crazy is to say that? Hi, Brooke from Albury. I'll be heading home that way soon. Hi, Robin. Nice to see you. So this is a space that we can, that I'll be providing readings for the first bit. And then the last bit of this live is that I will do a trance channel transmission, so direct from spirit. So just let me know, Robin and Brooke, if you have been here before and you've experienced what I do. And yeah, if everyone can just like and share, that'd be fantastic. So it's just a really nice exchange of energy. So I'll just spend the first little bit until other people jump on. Hi, Belinda. Just use this first space while people jump on, just to share a little bit about me and what I do, and then we'll get stuck into the readings. So, like I said, my name's Danielle. I'm known as the Divine Channeler. My work is quite diverse. Okay, Robin's been here before. Oh, you're from Lura. Excellent. Yeah, so my work is really quite diverse, from hi, Psychic Pinup. Thank you. Coming from Wollongong. Thanks for joining us. So I go from everything that's on the Earth plane all the way up to the galactic multi-dimensional space, I suppose, is the best way. I'm a busy girl traveling all the different dimensions. So a lot of my work, oh, wonderful, Belinda's from Wollongong as well. So I really enjoy house clearings, doing spirit rescues, releasing earthbound spirits. I can sense all of them. I can communicate with them, and I can move them on from this space, the residue, the imprint that they've left, back to unite with their soul and their loved ones on the other side. From that space as well, I can also tune into non-human entities. So that's getting into a whole other realm, including being able to pick up negative portals, because that's generally how they're traveling in and out of the spaces, but disruptions on the ley lines as well. I can generally pick up disturbances upon the land, because even though you can have a brand new house built on the land has seen other stories before you come along and put your brand new house on it. So clearing the land is really important as well. With that also, I do a lot of work to energetically grid spaces so that people are feeling more empowered, because I walk them through that process as I'm doing it, so that they're more empowered to be able to maintain the energy of their home after I leave, because that's really important, that you've got the skills and a bit of know-how in order to support yourself energetically and support everyone that's in the space energetically. So I really love that work. I love when I get called to do that work, and it's incredibly rewarding to energetically go into a space, because I do it all remotely, and to pick up what's going on, and then to have the person that lives in the house experience everything and feel the shift, because everyone will feel the shift in energy. So that's one aspect of my work. The other aspect of my work is soul guidance sessions. So they're governed by, everything's governed by spirit. So yeah, but primarily you would come to me with some form of an intention that we would gently unpack. And I would be guided through a series of questions that Spirit is just gently placing. And we'd just gently unpack what you've got going on. Quite often it'll take us in a different course that you hadn't thought that that was the issue. And then once we find the core issues, then we can go about clearing that. So that's done energetically through a trance channel where I'll go into trance and I will actually be working on you energetically if there's attachments or things to be released. Once we've gone through all the other processes of working with light and clearing the DNA, the ancestral stuff, who knows? Anything can come up with that. So that's very exciting as well. I offer classes Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:00. They're all done online, so it doesn't matter where you are, you can reach me. If you are interested in something like that, go and check out my YouTube channel. It's called The Divine Channeler, and hi Julie, there are channels on there. There's lots of the Trance Channel transmission, but if you go looking for I think it'd be uploads or videos, there's a heap of edited channels that are ready to go. So I think there's about a dozen or so. So I plan on getting some more of them up over Christmas. What else? The readings. So soul guidance readings, one-on-one. This space is public forum. This space is just a tiny little snippet to just see if you resonate with me and to help you guys out there, to help you guys out, but also to kind of get myself out there as well. So I only have practically the end of this week, Friday, Saturday, and Monday left, because next week is me getting prepared to go away. So I am off for about a month, and I do this every year. I take a sabbatical and chillax and visit family and friends and just connect on a very physical level. It's really important to be able to slow down and step out of this work can be taxing at times on you on a number of different levels. So it's really important that you make sure that your cup's looking pretty full most of the time. So part of that is self-care and part of that is me taking an extended period of time off over Christmas, because you guys are all busy anyway. So yeah. Hi, Wild Healing. Thank you for watching from the gong as well. So regarding readings, if you would like to get some questions up, they need to be specific. I don't read what do you see in my future. If you are specific about something, then I can go directly to what the issue is. We are not mind readers. We are here to read the energy. I don't use cards. It's not to say that cards aren't a wonderful tool to give you information with other readers. But for me specifically, I don't use cards. My connection is with energy coming from a healing background and tuning into people's energies all the time, and from spirit as well. So I will see, I will hear, I will know, I will feel what's going on. Okay. So if you are interested, pop a question up, and just bear in mind that it's a public forum. So, and we will get to it. After that, after a bit of that, then we will go into the Trance Channel transmission. So. Yes, psychic pinup. Don't forget to like and share, please. That would be really appreciated. I always forget to ask people about that. Okay, where's your questions, guys? Happy birthday, Robin. Okay. Danielle, it's my birthday today. Any messages, guidance surrounding my home into next year would be much appreciated. So the first thing I'm picking up is delays, is what I'm hearing. Now, the idea is to not get overwhelmed with the delays because they feel like they're short. It doesn't feel like it's going to be extended. But when we move into the fear of it, it can make it kind of bigger than what it is and make the space feel a little bit more fraught than what it needs to be. Um, so I'm not sure what the delays are on, whether it's moving or selling. So I'll just be brutally honest about that. So I am getting a 6. It feels like 6 weeks. I know we've got our own timeline, our own what we envision that things should happen the way that we want them to. Um, I have a friend that says no plan is the best plan. So it's just about trusting the flow, that everything will line up when you need it to line up. So it's all about checking in with your energy and making sure that you're not perpetuating into any of the pauses that are happening. Okay. So I hope that helps. Just be mindful that there will be a delay. It will be a short delay, and don't get too attached to it. Okay. Thank you. Thanks. Suddenly got really, really hot. Yeah. Spirit like to amp up the heat. Okay, hang on. There's a bit more work. Uh, okay. Thanks, Robin. Repairs from rain damage. Okay, understand what you're saying regarding delays. Trying to trust the process. Yeah, and it's challenging. I get that, especially when things are in disarray. And you're on tradie time as well, just saying. So they all have to link up. And the problem is that tradies are actually going on leave very, very shortly. Okay, so you've got that to contend with as well. Okay, Belinda. Okay, my toxic work environment has caused a huge impact on my mental health and I feel stuck. How do I move forward for my highest good? So, look, some of this is really spiritual counseling. So, I just want to, some of this is not necessarily rocket science, but we do, when we're in the thick of things, it can be really hard to see what's the saying, the forest for the trees or the trees from the forest. So, it just becomes so big that we can't see beyond it. Okay. Let me just tune into the workplace. I feel like there's a team of 2 in particular that kind of feed off each other and they perpetuate a lot of the motion of the stuff that's going on, directed to you and around you. So I don't feel like you're the only one that's feeling the effects. I feel like there's a number of others that are feeling the effects. It does also feel like, the trickle down effect that sometimes the most toxic can be actually kind of above you, and it makes it even harder to be able to voice what's going on. Um, okay, how do I move forward for your highest good? Okay, so the question is, how do I move forward for my highest good? So you need to ascertain where the work is that you are required to do. Okay, so I'm just going to break it down for you so that you can see where you feel more comfortable in making those shifts and changes. First of all, we can say an energetic protection and even a shift in where you're located in the office, I feel would help as well. So I'm not sure if you're close by, but they're just directing me to a shift in location within the building. Um, so energetic protection is really important. You can do this with crystals. You can also do this with light. So I'm not sure where you're at regarding that development, but if you just look up energetic protection or psychic attack protection, things like that, that will help. The violet flame is really good for transmuting energies. So if you can visualize violet flame, that when you're sitting in your car, you fill your whole car and you fill yourself with violet light. And then as you walk into the office, you're in violet light. That's it. You're completely violet. And when you sit down at your chair, you visualize it anchoring into the earth. And then it just expands as far as you need it to. And that's the space that you work from. The other thing is about cutting cords. I know this is long-winded because there's so many different ways that you can protect yourself, and this is about your highest good. Okay, this is part of it. Cutting cords is very important because their energy is attaching to you, and you're not feeling well because of it is creating energy by thinking of it and feeling it is going to them as well. So you need to be mindful that these energetic cords go both ways. The other thing is when we get down to the nitty gritty is personal, professional boundaries and speaking up. Okay. I feel like it would be a possibility to speak to someone, so HR or someone that's in a role that's close to that, to be able to just lay down the information that, hang on, I'm struggling in this space, okay? Because you have to speak up. And then the other option is to look for somewhere else. Okay. Now, these are all things that you get to decide what to do. They're not things that I get to decide for you and tell you. Okay. So they have to be something that you're comfortable with, that you've processed, and that you feel is the best possible thing for you. But regarding your higher self and your mental health, you've got to do what you need to do for you. Okay. So I know that was very long-winded, and I hope that does help you, Belinda. And if you want to give me a little bit of feedback, that would be fantastic. Thank you. Brooke. Been feeling very strange, self-conscious, unmotivated, not sure why. If you could help with any insight into underlying issues. Okay, let me just pause on Brooke, and I'll just get this feedback from Belinda while I've still got that energy around. 100%. It's a team of manipulators. Yes, I've been moved out of that area. Okay. I am open to spiritual awareness and I'm trying to self-heal. Wonderful. With crystal protection, I have escalated it to the director too. Excellent, but still uncertain if I am on the right track. You are always on the right track if you are taking action. Even inaction can be the right track. It just depends on what you've got going on. Standstills are important at certain times. It's all about discernment and trusting how you're feeling. So I love that you've actually spoken up. I find that even though you're feeling still out of sorts, it's incredibly necessary that you have the ability to speak up for yourself and direct it, to hand it over to the right people. Okay. And maybe just a follow up with that, if it's been, a month or 6 weeks, to just follow up with that director and ask if there's, what way they're going to move forward with it in order to support you. And I think that from that, you'll have your answer on which way you want to go. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the feedback, Belinda. I really appreciate it. Okay, Brooke. Okay, let's go, Brooke. Feeling very strange, self-conscious, unmotivated, not sure why. If you could help with any insight into underlying issues, please. So what I'm being shown is your feet going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay. So for me, it feels like there's an element of ungroundedness, but it also feels like an element of, I don't know, which you've kind of said, but I don't know which way to move forward. Okay. So it's like you're kind of just stepping on the spot, marching on the, not quite marching, but just, yeah, almost like hot potato kind of feeling, like the feet are up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Let's see if I can unpack that a little bit more for you. Yeah, so I'd definitely say ungrounded. Um, Now I'm going to go right out there. Okay. I'm going to go away from the physical stuff other than just being ungrounded, because as I go out there, it's more about the timelines that are shifting for you. So they're showing me the chrysalis and the cocoon, and that you're about to emerge and be put on, you're aligning with a completely different track than what you've been on. And it feels like the arrow, but like a shooting star is the feeling of energy, the propulsion that's going to come from this when you kind of land in the new energy that is integrating. Okay, so I know it's out there, but that's kind of the stuff I do. So that's what it feels like. I hope that makes sense for you. um, the thing is too that sometimes we need to rest, and the best way to rest is to not have any of that motivation, um, because it's a way that we can't bypass. It's really hard for us to bypass what we're feeling in that space, to be able to do anything anyway. So they're also, and I just want to make it very clear, I'm not a medical professional in any capacity or medical knowledge, but I just want to pass on. They want you to look at your iron levels, okay, to just to make sure, alrighty, as to, that you're sitting okay with that, because I feel like they fluctuate. You have times where they're low, and then they're a little bit above good, and then they, yeah, there's peaks and troughs that's going on with that. It doesn't feel like it's quite stable. It does feel like you may possibly need some supplements to help you through that, but go and see someone who knows about that stuff, please. Okay, it's just spirit giving you a bit of a direction to go and seek research. Okay, so I hope that helps. Brooke, thank you for asking your question. Um, the it's hard work when we step into the new versions of ourselves as we shed all these skins as well. So it's not uncommon to feel ungrounded, have no idea, kind of, that uncertainty. And even what do I experience? Sometimes there's a really big low before everything shifts. Okay, so just bear in mind as you're shifting those timelines that you're actually a lot of stuff is being processed and released, and that's that heavy feeling that's going on. Okay, so we've got some feedback. Thanks, Brooke. Oh, that's exciting. Beautifully said too. Oh, you had anemia. Okay, in May. That would be wonderful if you get it checked, because that's going to really lift your energy levels if that's the case. And they're showing me eggs as well. So whether you need the nutrients that is in the eggs, or whether you need the protein. Okay, so yeah, thanks. Okay. Ellen Collins. Hi, Ellen. Feeling a bit stuck at the moment with not a lot moving ahead. Any insights? Okay, so what I'm hearing is the word standstill, which I just kind of spoke about. Thanks, Brooke. Which I just spoke about, those times of action, but also those times of inaction. And it does feel, with this feeling of stuck, is that there's a sense of despondency as well. So there's a feeling of the stuck energy, but an added energy of, am I ever going to get out of this space? Okay. Let me unpack that a little bit further and see what we can come up with. Yeah, okay. So they're just showing me a clock and a clock face, and the ticking, the hands moving around. So I would say for you, it's a matter of time and a matter of timing, when this will pass, because it will pass. but your job will be to seek those lighter spaces that bring a little bit of joy and bring a bit of action. It feels like you need to get up out of where you're seated or where you're situated and, go for a walk in the park or go and have a coffee, or it just feels like you need to kind of just get beyond the space that you're currently in, if that makes sense. Okay. Um, yeah, so let me know how that sits, Ellen. That would be great. Okay, Robin, this is a whole other world of interesting stuff. Clarification, please. Is there karmic debt between family soul members reincarnated together? I'm thinking specifically of my current relationship with my sister. Um, I love when I get new questions because you guys are tapping into skill sets that I've got that I don't normally do on these lives. So thank you for pushing me out into spaces that I wouldn't have thought to do. I just want to grab this validation. Thanks, Danielle. Definitely despondent. Yes, I need to get out more. I've become a bit of a hermit. Yeah, like in the last 2 years. Yeah, I get it. I get it, Ellen. So you've got to take the action. So instead of seeing the stop sign all the time, I'm seeing the go sign, the green light to take action. Even if you just go to the library and get a library book, it's just the action of getting out of your space to be around people, out in society. That's, yeah. Okay, so let's go back to Robin. The thing is with karma, the karma will play back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until we shift beyond the karma. Okay, so a lot of it will be cleared, a lot of it will be rectified. But if you think of, okay, I'm having this life now with this family member, and before this, and this happened in all of our journeys together, and now we're balancing it out, well, then it's like throwing the ball backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards. Like the game continues to play. That's as far as my understanding is. Someone might understand it differently. So I know when we shift in frequency to the 5D, as a lot of the old timelines collapse, what's happening is there's a lot of karmic clearing that's going on as well. So I know with a lot of the work that we do in the Trance channel, meditations and spiritual awareness classes, that we're doing a lot of that deep soul work in order to clear all the trauma, all the memories, the timelines. We're collapsing timelines. We're doing all kinds of work. We're integrating and light codes, activating Christed light. We're doing all kinds of things. So that's kind of how we get off the wheel of karma, is that we ascend from it. Okay. So that's something that's kind of here on these physical levels that is it's playing out if you look at it as a game of to and fro, back and forth, back and forth. Okay. So in saying that, I would say, yes, there is a karmic connection. Okay. As to which way the debt's going is, I feel like you struggle with her. I feel like she's, okay, I've got to choose my words nicely. I feel like she's a little challenging. Okay. That's what I want to say. Okay. Give me a minute and I'll see if you can give me your sister's name, and I'll see if I can pull a thread, okay, because this is stuff I can do. Now, the thing with past life stuff is Normally, okay, she's just said definitely challenging. Normally, there's no validation. It's just what's going on is a reflection of those karmic experiences of those previous lifetimes. So, you can have stuff that's come in from this lifetime, but then you can have stuff that's come in from previous lifetimes, like maybe you never trust them um because they in a previous life stole your missus or took your cow, or I don't know, like robbed you, or you know whatever the story is. But bear in mind that when I pull a thread, I'm pulling a thread that is kind of the priority, that is the most brightest, but there'll be thousands of threads, okay? But sometimes there'll be a theme going on from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime as well. Okay. So let's see. Okay, Robin and Susan. Robin and Susan. Okay, so I am going to go to trust, that there is a divide regarding trust. Let's see what else I can pull, because I've just got to find that thread and then it'll unravel. Now, when we do this kind of stuff, it's for past life clearing, and it's for you to be able to heal and move forward. It's not to be able to, um, punish the other one with, oh, you did this to me in a past life. So I just want to make that very clear. It's only ever to heal your soul, because you're the one that's asking. Okay. And in turn, when you do the work, it gives the other soul the opportunity to be able to do their work as well. Okay. You're not fixed into this game of back and forth, back and forth. Okay. Robin says there is a definite theme. Okay. Yep. Okay. So I did feel that trust was the theme. Okay, cool. All right. Well, that come in hard and fast. So the words are sold. And what I'm seeing is that you were very young and you were sold. Now, it feels like you were sisters in that life as well. And I mean, you're in rags. So, there was, yeah, okay, Robin, thank you. Not into punishment. It's just about, sometimes there can be a lot of angst, and it will validate the angst. So I'm not saying that you're like that, but I just needed to pop that out there. Okay, so what I'm seeing is you as a young girl at like 4 or 5, like really, really young. Now, and she's on her own as well. She's older than you, but it feels like she's only in like 16, 17. And unfortunately, there was no way in those times. It feels like medieval times. You're literally in like Les Miserables, the in the rags, it's stone cold temperatures, and you've literally just got a raggy bit of cloth on you. She's not far off that either, and it was through pure destitution that this came about, and she sold you. That's what it feels like. That's what I'm receiving. And this is where this mistrust has come from. And I'm sure, there's other stories that go with that in this life, which is fine, which, yeah, will validate. Now, the thing is with past lives, when the threads come up, normally as the threads come up and they come to light, it allows the healing in. But I feel like there's a little bit of work for you to do regarding letting this go. So, just let me see how they want to go about it. Or maybe I'm going to clear it as we're talking. Okay, so what I'm seeing is if you can visualize that little girl. For me, I'm seeing in kind of this color, like a calico, a beige colored rags, dirty, grubby face, malnourished, and dark hair is what I'm seeing. Dirty, greasy, dark hair. If you can visualize seeing her, um, if you can visualize seeing her, and I just want you to hold her. I just want you to wrap her in your arms and tell her that she's loved and that she's safe and that she's protected. And once you've done that, you'll probably find that she'll either integrate within you or she'll just disappear. Okay. And then the other side of the work will be just from the you now saying to the Susan then, if you're ready to move into some forgiveness. Because she did what she did because she felt like she had no other choice, because it was survival. It was sheer survival. That's it at its most fundamental level. Okay. Yeah. I hope that helps. That's pretty full on. Yeah. Okay, understanding where she's coming from and why. Well, it's funny, she's older than you in that lifetime too. Um, I'm just trying to. Well, how do you feel after doing that bit before I go on to that? Because that question was asked way before we've done this bit. Because maybe that bit isn't even important anymore. So just let me know where you're up to with that. Because the thing is that with, I understand regarding the past life experience, jealousy seems to, yeah, I thought it was jealousy. Okay. Seems to be an issue now. Do you feel that you have more than she has? Because even if you don't feel that she has more than you have, in her eyes, it feels like you have more than she has. So there's a sense of resentment and, dare I say, bitterness that is coming through with her energy. Yeah. Okay. Um, yeah. So it's all tied in with what she had to do. Um, yeah. Does that make sense? And it's about you as an identity. Yeah, totally. Okay, so Robin's just said never materialistically, perhaps your energy. And that's the thing. If you can sit there and hold joy and be happy, regardless of not having a lot, that can really get on people's goat, so to speak. And it's kind of like your light, your joy upsets their densities. Okay. Yeah. Wonderful. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's it for the questions. So we please stick around and thank you everyone for your questions, and thank you for the diverse range of questions and popping me into different areas of my skill set. I really appreciate that. Oh, Erina, hello. Nice to see you. Yeah, and there is a few people from Wentworth Street here, so that's fantastic. Uh, P.S. I'm coming to New Zealand soon, so I hope to catch up with you. Wonderful, Robin. Thank you. I really hope that helped. It's normally we wouldn't do something like that on a live. It's something that kind of gets unpacked in more detail outside, but I do hope that helps you. Yay! All right, let's do the trans-channel transmission. So this space is me trusting spirit and leaping off the cliff as we do all the time. I am thankful that I have done it so many times now that I know that they will be there to catch me. As a trance channel, I shift my consciousness. I raise my consciousness. I raise my frequency, and spirit will decrease their frequency. Okay. And there will be a blending that will happen. And what's happening initially when I used to do this, I used to hear and speak what I was being told and what I was being shown. Now, what happens is I'm hearing what's coming out of my mouth now. So the blending, the merging is much more um, in synergy with each other now. And a lot of that's from doing the work all the time, but also from doing the work on myself and clearing anything that's in the way of me reaching those frequencies. I say this all the time. Archangel Michael is my doorman. He governs over my body. I made this agreement with him that there is no energy to pass through him that is to come to me unless it's passed through him. That's simple. End of story. He's the dude. He's the security dude. He's the protector. Back in the early days of learning to trance channel, I did have a hairy moment, and it took quite a bit of energy and extra energy from other people to get that energy out of my field. So it is something that you learn pretty hard and fast, like falling off a motorbike. But yeah, yeah, my frequency is beyond that stuff now. It doesn't happen. So everything's in place, everything's in order. Um, there's a lot of energies that choose to come through me, which is incredibly humbling, and it's a beautiful space to be in. My body feels so much better. My whole being feels better than before they came. So my body, everything. So they leave everything feeling much better. There's a lot of love that comes with this. So that's what I feel first. And there is an expression from my body because it's being used as the vehicle to anchor this energy, this consciousness, and the healing and the guidance through my body. Okay, so as we're connecting and you're listening, it's multidimensional. You don't have to be in the same space as me. We already are in the same time and space. And even if you're watching the replay, it will have exactly the same effect as if you were watching it live. Okay, there is no time stamp on it. You will find it when you need to find it. They just want you to know that, and this is funny, they've never kind of really said this, that this is, they always say that we do the deep soul work. Like, that's my saying. We do the deep soul work. We don't do light and fluffy. That's kind of my creed or my motto. But they're saying we're doing the sacred work. That's what I'm hearing. We're doing the sacred work. Yeah, so my body is the transmitter, I suppose. I feel it in all my chakras. I feel it in my whole being. And we will just see who comes through. It is a space for you to open up energetically and to consider it like receiving a healing, but also like a meditation. So they want you to be comfortable and to uncross your arms and legs and make sure your head's supported if you need that. Some people can just sit upright. And yeah, that's probably about it. How about we get into it? So I just need a 30 seconds, a minute to get into the space, which this talking is, they're already here, they're helping in the shift because it's very different to the psychic work. Okay. My dog's just become alert and not snoring, so hopefully he'll be quiet. Okay. You could feel any number of things. You could feel tingling, you could feel heat, you could feel your heart opening, you could feel pressure like on the heart or the head or the third eye. Um, yeah, you could even feel cold. Some people feel cold spots. That can be shifts of blockages being shifted, things like that. But primarily, we endeavor that you understand that all this kind of work comes in the highest form of love. And that is something that, if that is absent in any other stuff that you're viewing, that's an indicator to use your discernment, okay? Because that's really important. Not all work resonates with all people, and that is okay. We're all different. We're all at different stages. So they're just, yeah, just reminding you about that is what they're saying. Okay, all right. They want me to do a little bit of talking first. Okay, so unfortunately, our industry has been targeted with a lot of unscrupulous characters, is what they're calling them, regarding mimicking. And what they're talking about is cloning other people's pages and things like that. And I see it all the time. I'm lucky enough to have not been targeted, but they're asking for you to be uh, attentive, is what they're asking you to be attentive. And if something kind of feels off and you don't know what it is, to go with that, something's feeling off. Okay. Um, they're saying also that there will be a greater influx of that in the coming months. They're saying that because people are susceptible around this time of year, that they're preying on those that are vulnerable. So it's like now is given a more opportune time for them to latch on to people's vulnerabilities around this time, that they might be missing people or they've got stuff coming up. So, okay, Spirit's never given a big warning like this. So, someone needs to hear this either now or on the replays regarding this. I'm sure a lot of you are already aware because if you follow other pages, but this is incredibly important because discernment will be your key. And they're saying to let love be your guide. So, you will feel. They want you to feel into things, okay? To feel whether it resonates with you. Like even the words that I'm speaking, does it feel right? You're allowed to say no. Okay. If it doesn't feel right for you, that's okay. And you can go and find somebody else that has a different message that feels right for you at any given point. Okay. So discernment's going to be key for the future now and into the future, because they're saying that there's going to be a lot of blurred lines coming in the next 6 to 12 months, a lot of blurred lines. It feels like the okay, feels like the fraction between the old timelines and the new timelines, because you need to understand that as we shift into the fifth dimension, we still have a foot here in the third dimension. Everything is still playing out. So it can be a little tricky for us to navigate between the two spaces. So there's going to be a lot of blurred lines, and it feels like there's going to be a lot of noise that's going to come next year regarding what has happened, what is happening, and what they're projecting will happen. This is both in a negative light and a positive light. So they're asking you to not necessarily jump on a team, okay, if we want to call it that, to pick a side. They're asking you to sit back and observe from the sidelines and just watch it play out. This is really, really important, to not get fixated on the game that's happening. Okay, I know it might feel I'm a bit cryptic at the moment, but I feel like there's a lot of people that will get this. To not be focused on the game and not be engaged in the game, to sit on the sidelines and use your discernment. Just observe. That's it. Okay. I'm going to put a full stop on that because otherwise we're going to go somewhere full on, even though that's full on enough. All right, let's do the trance channel. Hey. Okay, so just close your eyes. That's all you have to do is close your eyes. And just feel your feet and your connection with Mother Earth. Knowing that you are here with great purpose, that you are anchored and grounded. And then feel the enormous amount of light from source that you are connected to. Feel this light coming in through the crown into the body. And feel the light from above and below meeting in your heart space, which is also light. So the three frequencies of light are meeting in your heart space, which is the bridge. The heart is the bridge between the spiritual and the physical. And essentially, you are bringing the light into this plane of physicality for the ascension of all, as Mother Earth is also ascending. And just gently breathe. Allow your body to relax. Allow the tightness to release. Ask the mind to be still and relax. They're just talking about the busyness that is the month of December, before the pause at the end of December and the beginning of January. Okay. Welcome, beloved ones. We see from where we are the discord that you are feeling, many of you, within your mental capacities, your emotional aspects, and your physicality. This moment in time for you in humanity is incredibly active at this moment. You are receiving a huge amount of energy and light coming into the planet, and this is necessary. There are those of you that are awake that are feeling this, and it is tremendous. And we wish to commend you for taking up arms, so to speak, for being on the front line with love as your guide. For essentially, this is what you are anchoring onto the planet. And as you do this, you are the ones that light the way for all the others. It is important at this time that this increase in light is at the capacity that it is, for it is about the mass awakening. For you already have your eyes open. What is happening is the light and the energy to support those that are not yet seeing. This will come in time. So what can you do for you at this time? How can you help you at this time? How may we be of service for you? We ask that it begins with the breath and the conscious awareness of being connected to Mother Earth. For she is the place that your physical body is residing upon. It is important to not get your head too far in the clouds, as they say. For you are here, you are now in this moment, and you are here with great purpose. As you all take this moment to anchor the light, you are having a ripple effect for all the others upon the planet. You are connecting with everyone else who is anchoring the light, and it has a mass effect on the collective. We ask that you seek times of fresh air, of sunshine, of silence. These are ways that you can support yourself. It is also important at this time that you discharge yourself from the energies that you have been around, whether this be workplace, friends, family, moving to the shopping centre, wherever you have been, whatever you have collected energetically. We ask that you discharge this energy from your energetic field. So we could do this now. As you take a breath in, consciously decide that you are going to tune in to all the energy that you have acquired, that has been offered to you, that you have received throughout the day, the week, the month, or up until this point. And it is important that you clear this energy daily, and then there will not be the accumulation, and you will be more in tune with what your energy feels like in its authenticity. So we ask now that you call in the violet light of transmutation. Bear in mind that some of you may have other colors, other frequencies, for we are seeing pink and gold as well. As you call in the violet light, feel the violet light coming in from the outer side, the outer edge of your energetic field, and it is just gently, ever so gently, beginning to permeate. And as it permeates, it moves through each layer of your energetic field, and it is highlighting all of the threads and cords and attachments, the thought forms, and any energy that is not yours, that is currently in your field, and any energy that is yours that is currently in another person's field. And as we come in that with that intention, the violet light gently envelops these cords and threads and attachments and thought forms. And you may notice the places on your body where they feel connected. And allowing the violet light all the way in until your entire energetic field is violet. And as you take a big, deep breath in, on the breath out, I want you to say out loud or in your mind's eye, I lovingly release all that is not mine. And allow the violet light to gently transmute. And then as you breathe in, the violet light is still intensely around you. You may say out loud or in your mind, I lovingly call back all of my displaced energy. And as you do this, it will filter through the violet light, purifying it and moving back into your wholeness, your energy field. And we ask, how does that feel? How does your body feel? How does your mind feel? How does your energy feel? Has the heaviness gone? Are you feeling lighter? And you can do this anytime, any day that you feel that there is more energy that you are carrying than your own. And this will help to unburden yourself. This will help you to move with more awareness of what you personally have going on without being connected to external energies or even environmental energies. And now we would like to offer you one last transmission. As the violet light just gently begins to dissipate, and as it does, it clears out all residue. It's also a good way to process emotions. Once you've finished processing or having a cry or anger, to call in the violet light to just clear any residue. We are knowing that you are surrounded by light beings. And these light beings may come to each of you as individuals with different frequencies, different colors. But for us today, we wish to offer a transmission of specific rays of light. And first of all, we are transmitting a pale pink light. And this pale pink light is very softly coming in, like a soft cloud, just enveloping your energy field, gently moving through it, picking up any areas of hurt or pain. And it feels warm and loving, and it gently envelops you, it supports you. And as you have this feeling wrapped around you, it moves deeper into the body, into all the components of the body, all the systems of the body. And then it finds the heart space, the energetic heart space. And it gently begins to be funneled into the heart space, just open to receive it. Allow yourself to receive the unconditional love. And as you do this, you may notice that there is more pressure or an opening that is happening. You may even feel it in the middle of the shoulder blades at the rear of the heart space. And as you receive it into your heart, you are anchoring it into your being as it becomes part of you. And as it becomes part of you, anchored into the still point of your heart space, it gently begins to emanate with the light that already is within you. So combined, this light begins to shine out. And this is the space of love that you can continue your day with, that you can find your center again with. You can always come back to this space. And lastly, we are weaving golden threads of light. As your aura is full, you have received and you have expressed this pale pink light. And we are sending these golden threads to just gently weave in the outer layers of your aura. And as they are doing this, they are weaving over each other, forming a pattern, a matrix, a system. And this system can be expanded, or the threads of light can be closed in, forming a shield for when you need it. So we want you now to operate this new system that has been placed within your energetic field, to open the weave of the threads of light. And light can always get in even when the weaves are closed, because it is light. There are no limits to light. So feel the expansion, still feel the protection, but feel the openness. And then just gently wind the threads together, feeling them just gently close up. And there is all this love that you are expressing. There is all of this light. There is an abundance of it. And you are still connected to everything. But it just gives you this layer for when you're feeling susceptible or vulnerable in specific places or environments or with specific people. And trust that this is within. This is part of your new space that you can operate from. Take a breath. Welcome in this newness, this space that you can now operate from, where there is no fear. There is only love. And allow love to be your guide instead of the fear. For every step that you take will be in the full presence of unconditional love. And just drawing your energy back in a little bit now, for we are going to make our return. And we thank all who have been present. We thank the transmission of light and healing that we have received. We thank ourselves for our openness, our willingness to receive. We honor ourselves for the light that we are transmitting. And lastly, we understand that at times the way forward is made with baby steps, and at other times you are taking large strides. And all of this is perfect. So be in the space of love, not of fear, not of criticism. Be in the space of trust of your journey, for it is all unfolding as it was meant to. We love you. We love you dearly, and we have been honored to be with you at this time. We ask that you take a few deep breaths, that you call your energy back in. We ask that you become aware of your connection to Earth. We ask that you become aware of your physical body, feeling the breath, the feet, the position of your body, feeling the clothing upon the body, feeling the temperature of the air, and just hearing the noises that are inside and outside of the space as you come all the way back. Taking some deep breaths, having a stretch, and when you are ready, opening your eyes. That one was a little longer than what we've done. I was only saying that I wanted the balance between the readings and the trance channel to be more uniform, because I was finding that the readings were taking more time and then the channel was being diminished. And sometimes it's about the information and the healing getting out there, which readings do that, but this is a different level of that. So yeah, so thanks guys for sticking around. I appreciate that. So the channel was, they first of all come out and said that they're the feathered ones, and then I got the word Isis. So yeah. Oh, Brooke. Night, thank you. I'm nearly asleep. Great. Sleep is the best meditation. It will put you into a nice relaxed space. So that's fine. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate that. If anyone else has any feedback, that would be wonderful as I wrap up. It is the last channel for the year, and I just want to express my gratitude to everyone who has supported me in any shape and form throughout this year. This year has been a big year for everyone energetically, and also on another, other levels, physically, mentally, emotionally. It has been a really challenging year for a lot of people. The focus will always be on self-healing, self-love, and boundaries. That is the crux of the fundamental aspects of the work and the purpose that you have. Okay, so the other side of that is to be kind and gentle to yourself, like you are a newborn baby, to nurture yourself on that level. Okay, that you are learning, you are growing, and that you are exactly where you need to be at any given point in order to get to the next step. Okay, because there'll always be the next step. So thanks, Wild Healing. Thank you, Danielle, for the healing and the messages. Definitely resonated. Beautiful. Hi, Emily. Haven't seen you for a while. Thank you. Just what I needed. Wonderful. Emily's normally so in sync that she's pulled a card that's exactly what we've been speaking about, or which is wonderful. Rest up, lovely people. Please stay on my Facebook page. I will go a little bit quiet, but stay tuned to the YouTube channel, because I do endeavor, once I have the initial Christmas kind of period, that I can get some recordings out to you. So yeah, and that'll give you more of an idea of what I do. Yeah, and I look forward to seeing you all next year, and I entrust that you will have a safe and joyous Christmas time, whatever that looks like for you. Thanks, Serena. I really appreciate that. Yeah, beautiful. And be kind to yourself, okay? Thank you, guys. Until next year, take care. Bye.